Hello guys, welcome to my channel once again. Now we are going to discuss a topic called supersonic inlets. Internal, external or mixed compression depends upon the location of shocks. Internal compression intakes have shocks that are located within the intake geometry. So here in this diagram we can see shocks are located within the geometry. So here we can see shock formations internally inside the geometry. Whereas external compression intakes have shocks located outside the geometry. Here we can see formation of shocks outside the intake, and mixed compression intakes have shocks that are located within as well as outside the intake geometry. So here we can see there will be a formation of shocks outside the geometry as well as inside the geometry too. Then, supersonic diffusers are characterized by the presence of shocks. However, before the intake operates in a supersonic flow, it must pass through the subsonic flow regimes. In some types of supersonic intakes establish a shock systems that minimal losses is not easy. The process of establishing a stable shock system is referred as starting of an intake. So here we can see intake starting conditions or starting of intakes. So here initially we'll be having the vehicle in subsonic conditions in first case. As we move on, the amount of velocity will get increased and there will be formation of shock waves when it reaches to a Mach number of 1. As you increase the amount of Mach number or amount of speed such that there will be inlet velocity is greater than 1, so at that conditions we'll be having a formation of strong shock waves at the frontal portion. As you increase the amount of speed, the shock wave will get penetrated inside the geometry. External compression intake complete the supersonic diffusion outside the covered portion of the intakes. These intakes usually have one or more oblique shock waves followed by a normal shock wave. Depending upon the location of these shocks, the intake may operate in subcritical, critical or supercritical modes. What are subcritical, supercritical and critical modes? Subcritical at Mach numbers below the design value, the normal shock occurs ahead of the cowl lip, high external drag due to spillage. So here we can see formation of shock waves ahead of the cowl lip. Okay, before the starting of intake, there will be a formation of shock waves in subcritical mode, whereas in supercritical mode occurs at the same mass flow as critical mode, higher losses as the normal shock occurs in a region of higher Mach numbers. So here we can see formation of shocks internally. There will be formation of shock waves. A weak shock wave will be formed internally. Then we'll be having critical mode. Design point operation. The normal shock is located exactly at the cowl of the lip. So here we can see there will be a formation of shock waves exactly at the cowls of the lip. These conditions we are terming it as supercritical, subcritical and critical modes. A total pressure losses are highest in case of a diffuser with a single normal shock. A number of oblique shocks followed by a normal shock would lead to lower total pressure losses. Oblique shocks are generated using step in the center body. A diffuser with a smoothly countered center body may have infinite oblique shocks. Isentropic external diffuser. So here we can see isentropic external diffuser where there will be formation of weak shock waves. A series of weak shock waves will be formed at the internal itself. So we'll be terming it as isentropic external diffuser. With this, we'll be winding up the video. If you like the video, please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you.